Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself on the show this evening as the one and only Southside and the legend that is Big Stevie. How we doing, boys?
Aye, evening, Ox. Good to be back on Wednesday night with my big mucker, Big Stevie, and good evening to everyone listening in this evening.
Good evening, troops. Come to the big station. It serves a nation. Yes, it is. It's Dream Team Wednesday. And I'd just like to give a big shout out to everybody on Facebook and YouTube and the handing over of the bottle of Tequila Rose.
Oh, that could be as early as Monday, I believe. Is that correct, Stevie?
I think you should forward it.
Excuse me, you obviously didn't do maths at school, did you?
How's that?
How many games have we had?
Well, we've had 4. Sunday will be the 5th.
How about the 4? Excuse me, name the 4.
Hearts.
No, it didn't start at Hearts. No, it didn't start at Hearts, so you can flip that one out.
All right.
Motherwell,
St Johnston.
St Johnston.
Uh-huh.
I don't even think it started at Motherwell. I think that's when it started, actually, after that game.
Two Kiev games and all.
The 2 Kiev games.
Right. Motherwell. Ross County.
It was after Motherwell we started it, because I said to you, that'll get. Do you know what? It was going to be 5 if we'd played the other European tie. No, I'm after that game against that mob up there. No, I've got another game or 2. Work it out. It's no hard.
Yeah.
Listen, don't worry about Stevie. I'll get Old School Boy to set up a GoFundMe page.
Listen, I don't mind having to pay, right? But he's not actually counted. I did say the other week, and you didn't say anything about it, and I said, well, we've still got another game or 2 after that mob. See if we'd played in Europe, which we should have been the night and last week, then that would have been 2 games that I'd only have had tomorrow. Right. But we've not played 2 games.
There'll be people joining us all the time and won't have a clue what we're talking about, right? Stevie, explain what we're talking about.
I bet Southside that Captain Henry Tavernier would not be dropped for the team in the next 5 games. Now, Sunday's the 5th game, and all I'm saying is he should pay up, because there's nobody in the world that Big Clement is going to drop his captain, gone to the Chamber of Secrets. So if I was Southside, I'd do the honourable thing and bring a bottle of Tequila Rose over on the Saturday night and drop it off in a drum, so that I can have a few Beaujolais watching the game on a Sunday.
Make up some Dream Team cocktails.
Yes, which is a big hit down south, I believe.
It's growing, mate. It's growing. Southside, right to reply before we move on.
Aye, I heard that's on a menu. Aye, the Dream Team cocktail sounds good. We had the bet, and it's not got a problem with either receiving the gift that he's going to give me or having to give him one. But it's certainly.
Are you saying it's better to give than receive, Southside? Is that what you're saying?
Listen, sometimes. Listen, you know the script, right? Debts will be paid, but it's certainly after the game against that mob, because we spoke about it just here.
We might have to listen back to the archives.
I was going to say that. Get the techie team on the archives. So see, it was only about 2 weeks ago we actually mentioned it. And he's jumping ahead.
It might have been a wee bit longer than that. But anyway, we'll see. But anyway, bold predictions, bold bets, and a bit of fun. How are you, Stevie?
Yes, I'm dinky too, yes. Happy. The old team performances Saturday looking a lot better. Starting to link up better. Wee partnerships coming. You can't fault them. Listen, we've told them apart, haven't we? So now's the time to be a wee bit positive going into this game on Sunday. I know they're not anything but the finish article, but it was a lot better, wasn't it? Saturday against Ross County, a wee bit more deadly in front of goal, and everybody was played a wee part. There wasn't a bad player in the part, so It was good. I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it. I was there with my friend, Mr. AB, and the two of us thoroughly enjoyed it. We half a dozen pies scattered about. Yep, can't like it.
Yes. It was everybody had a good day at the football bar. You Southside?
Aye, I know. I ended up with a stranger, didn't I, out in nursing home. No, I thoroughly enjoyed his company. He's a gem of a guy, and it was good to take in another game with him, although we'd like to have been back at our home, Ibrox, but hopefully that was our last game there in a league game. But I know it was good to see the Algian as usual. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Aye, well, I had to do my bit for help the ages, as you know, mate. I got him over.
Aye.
Right.
I heard you abandoned them at the end.
Enough. Enough was enough, mate.
It's not that I pointed them down there and I says, you'll get Ox right there where we met earlier on. They went, right, no bother, Southside, see you later. And then I find out that he doesn't get home about 11 o'clock at night. What the hell? That's terrible, you.
What happened? Did his window cleaner turn up?
I don't know. It's 11 o'clock before he get home.
Sometimes you get a better offer, Steve.
But apart from that, I'm sure he had a good day out.
Top manager all day. Southside, we've not heard your thoughts. Just give us quickly the thoughts. We're not getting carried away, but Stevie's right. It was a good team performance. Pretty clinical in front of goal to a certain level. I think they could have even scored more goals, if I'm honest. But good Dessers got two. Matondo played well. He's like playing Norwich tonight. We're going to have to listen to this for a couple of days. I think Dessers was man of the match personally, even though Matondo scored two set up to. I like Jeffrey. I like Barron. I thought it was a decent team performance. Not getting carried away, Southside. But
No, listen, Ross County, actually, they had the first shot at goal, I think, didn't they? It was a good save with Buckland. Where I was sitting, I thought he was offside at the start, but I'd seen it back later on. I think he was on. But individually, Jeffrey was decent. They contributed in the first goal, linking the play with Tom Lawrence, who, in the rotating flashes, should have scored himself in the first half right through. Scored a good goal later on in the second half. Dessers, I thought his work rate, his link up, 2 chances, 2 goals. And Matondo, thought he was a nuisance on the left-hand side. Scored a good goal in the box when he was inside the area. Flicked it up high for the second goal, which was good. There was some good individual performances. Conor Barron played well and all. Works hard, sprayed the passes, getting and Sterling done decent in the midfield, and then seen him playing at the back, filling in. But overall there was some good performances for certain players. Fact that we had 9 shots on target and we took 6, probably the most pleasing thing that we've actually converted them. And it was good to see Danilo pick up a goal at the end.
It was good for him. His career, the guy's injured, but his has been bad luck with the contact injuries, Stevie.
Aye, it was good to see. You seen the emotion coming out in the boy when he scored his goal and greeting his eyes out. You know, it's hard because he got injured up at St Johnstone, mind the heat knock or something, and then he came back and then he copped the other one. So you can see why he's emotional. And it was good to get him on the go out at the right place at the right time. It was good to see him getting a goal.
Can I just say, Techie Team's just contacted us and they've said I've got one more game. They've listened back to the feed.
Aye, that's it.
No, they've said I've just been told it's Dundee United at Tannadice.
The goalposts are getting moved all the time. Honestly.
Oh, do you know what? I'll just come up and say if you're going to greet about it, right? You obviously don't want to go another game just in case, right? I'll just come up on Saturday and I'll come out and I'll deliver it to you, right?
You know what the story is, Southside?
Aye.
Since this cocktail started, Drum Chapel's run out of tequila rose and he needs some up in it.
Oh, there's 3 dashes in it, isn't there?
You know? Medicinal purposes, of course. Medicinal purposes. Stevie, if he doesn't pay up, I'll get you one for the weekend, then you can get a double of it.
Off. It's a big game, by the way. I maybe need it. Listen, can I just go off the track here a wee second? I must applaud the UB. That banner they've got to Bill the Butcher down the front there, that was absolutely... I was applauding that big seal, so I was. I mean, I'm looking at it, and the next minute a banner gives up with Bill cuttings on it. Absolutely fantastic, man. His big top hat and that one. Magic. Brilliant. 10 out of 10.
They've been good the last, as things have struggled. Let's hope that's our last game at Hampden. We can move on, because it just doesn't feel right for league games, you know. No, doesn't feel right.
Nah.
You know, so we're moving on. Southside will keep our eyes open in all the transfer activity. I mean, there's talk about Scott Wright, but that'll be a sad day. And Cantwell, and even Matondo's been mentioned tonight. These are all rumours, of course, nothing solid. The Cantwell and Wright ones look possibilities.
Aye, sounds like it. Would like to have, well, I don't know what we're getting in a fee, but I'd like to think it would start with at least a 1 or a 2, but I don't know what it'll be. But the thing is, you get him off the wage bill. He doesn't want to be here, obviously. He doesn't want to be in Scotland. By all accounts, for what the manager said, he also mentioned being in Scotland, so best for all parties that he goes. And he'll maybe look back in time and think he missed an opportunity, because he'll not play and get the level of demands put on him. If he goes to Blackburn, fair enough. I'll not be too bothered. But unfortunately, he never fulfilled what we thought he might have gave us at times. He looked good when he first came, but obviously the boys get issues and whatever, and doesn't want to be here. So for whatever reasons, he looks like he's heading back down south.
Stevie, you should take... It's a clash with a manager. They've never really looked for outside looking in as if they've hit it after, have they?
No. I just think it's a case of Big Phil's a man, and he's just telling him stay off of social media, concentrate on your football, and he's just not listened. It's all about... Todd's just thinking about Todd, and I think... I just think it's a case of that, but... Listen, he's told us he doesn't want to play for a team anymore. He doesn't want to be in Scotland. That's the rumour, because I'm not in the room with him and that's getting said. So as far as I'm led to believe that's what's getting said, it's a rumour. Then, Todd, I'm afraid there's an old Glasgow word I'm going to use here, and the word is walloper. And that's exactly what he is. If he's gone for Glasgow Rangers to Blackburn Rovers, my God, what a fall for grace. That's all I'm going to say. And that's no disrespect to Blackburn Rovers. Rangers are a huge, huge club. The only thing's bigger than Rangers are the sea and the sky. That's how I see it. And the bottom line, Todd will rue the day. He'll look back on it and think, what did I do? I'm telling you, he'll rue the day. Is that me going to HR?
No, he'll not be the last Rangers player that leaves Rangers and goes to Blackburn and doesn't like it and didn't get the feel for it and said it was totally different for being at Ibrox. Barry Ferguson said it when he went down with Souness. He said coming back in the bus one day, they go to a draw and there's players on the bus being happy. He's like, happy for a draw? No, I've been used to playing to win every week. Every week you've got to win. A draw's no good. He said, so he couldn't get it straight away. No, he's like, mentality's not there. So they're a wee club with a wee mentality probably. It's not the same as us. And once he looks back in his career as time goes on, he'll never play for a bigger club.
No chance. No chance. But listen, I think it's time for a partner of ways. And look, the transfer fee would be good, but there's also the plus of getting him off the wage bill. That's maybe a factor. I'm not saying he'll be my top earner, but he'll be up there, Southside.
Aye, listen, he played in the Championship and that, and he was at Norwich and down south. He might have got offered more money. He said he had other teams they could have went for more money. He did say it on a podcast, but he chose Rangers because Michael Beale and sold him what he was wanting to do. Listen, Michael Beale probably made him the main part of his team and would have built the team sort of around him, gave him the freedom. But come on, isn't he? And he's just, at the end of the day, he wants to go. Unfortunately, he wants to go. So, and seemingly we tried to let him think about it, and he come back and said, no, he still wants to go. So, no point in trying to hold him. We just need to let him go. and hopefully we'll get a fee of some kind, and we get him off the wage bill, and we can put it to good use.
Stevie?
What can you do? It's all rumourville, you know what I mean? It's the last I heard he was doing getting a. We're still talking about Todd Cantwell here.
Hi.
The last time I heard about it, he was getting done for a. What do you call it? He's what do you call it?
Medical.
Aye, yes, he's medical. He was getting done for a medical.
Talking about that, you have to report for yours next Tuesday for the Rangers Radio medicals, mate.
Off, dearie dear. He's give me another 2 weeks onto that. Yeah. I get the pies out my system.
Just to let you know, if you pass, you'll be the first one.
There's absolutely no
the first and only one.
Aye, you better believe it. Listen, let's be honest. Todd Cantwell's a good player. He'd plenty of potential, but you've got to have a mentality when you're a Rangers player, and he's no got it. He's just no got it. He's just a boy. He's in the clouds, and people are trying to keep him right at the club, telling him stay off social media, stop arguing with idiots like that big Chris Sutton, that big absolute arse. That's all he is. And anyway, he's on biting back, not us. See me a Rangers player, do your talk in the park. Do everything you can to become a Rangers player. Wear the badge with pride. Get your bit between your teeth and do what's right for the club and yourself. If you're good to Rangers, Rangers will be good to you, that's for sure. And that boy he has totally lost it because he thinks he's bigger than people and bigger than the club and all that. He's in his own bubble. And I'm afraid it's just about to burst. And I'll know that when he goes to these places and he's interviewed in a year's time down the line, he'll know what he's left. Trust me.
Aye, so we'll put it out there, Southside, if it's all right to use two gentlemen. Todd Cantwell, keep it simple to the callers. Hit or miss, sir. Hit or miss. Simple, that.
Aye.
Yep. Aye. Started well. As you said, Southside, Beale, he was influential. Then he never really started the season. Started at Kilmarnock, he wasn't playing. And then it just, for there, it sort of fizzled out, if I'm honest. Yeah, he had a couple of decent performances, but last season he was pretty anonymous, really. And then big games. I think the semi-final against Hearts, he had a decent game for memory, Stevie. But apart from that, he wasn't particularly great.
No, for me, you've got to be on it all the time when you play with the Rangers. One good game and 3 or 4's no good to us. No good. Listen, the boy's got potential. But he just needs to get his head into the game and away from other things. That's his problem. And talking on media before games, keep your tongue in the ivory box and do your talking on the park. That was all we were wanting to do. And mentioning silly things and giving other teams a team talk. You know, just daft things like that. He's got to learn the game. He's got to become a Ranger. And he's just totally and utterly let himself down big time. You're right. He was brilliant when he first came, and then pre-season he came back. He just never hit the ground again. He just never hit the ground running again.
Mm-hmm. Southside.
He had a decent game against that mob, and it didn't really matter in the season games and that. But done a couple of things in Europe. I think he just probably felt as if the team would be built round about him, rightly or wrongly, whatever manager seen it. Obviously, Beale would have, but results and the way he was carrying on, he had to go. Clement's probably gave him a wee bit of licence at times, but he played him out right. Yeah. Since Clement came in, I always remember him talking about team. Everything was team. So he was obviously big on that the team worked for each other and they all worked hard. And Todd probably got to be in that position where he didn't have to work as hard, but on the ball you have to go and produce the goods. But it looks like he's going to go and he's gone. And that'll be it, mate. He's flattered to deceive at times. I think he got the size of the club in that, but I don't know where it's just in his head and doesn't want to. Well, the fact is, he doesn't even want to play. or really play for the team now. He's played 1B game and it looked like he didn't sort of down tools. So best thing is he goes and we get him off the wage bill and he'll just get doing as he's been at the club before and he's gone. And that's that. I'm not really following him after that. If I see him on the telly. If I don't, it doesn't bother me, mate.
The question, Ops.
Yes, mate. Don't make it too hard. Remember who's on with me tonight.
I know that. I know. Yes. Listen, I believe we got him for 1.3 or 1.5, but Beale says we got him for nothing, and somebody corrected that. We're saying we paid 1.3 or 1. Now, apparently, the rumourville, is that we're getting him away dirt cheap. Even if we get half for 1.5 million back and get him off the wage bill, that's a big thing for us, no?
I'm guessing Todd Cantwell will be on mid-20s wages. I don't like discussing players' wages because I don't like discussing your two wages, but I'm guessing he'll be on about mid-20s plus bonuses. You're maybe paying about £1.5 million a year. So if you get him off the wage bill, you're saving £3 million in wages, which can go and bring in another player. The transfer fees is a bonus, yeah. But listen, see you later if he goes. It's time to move on, I think, Southside. And it'd be interesting to see what the cost think. But aye, Southside, then you come and then we'll get the phone lines open.
Aye, if we get off of that, if that's roughly what you think it was going to be, that's poor. Because there's no way you should be sniffing him for that amount of money. Nobody a couple of years left in his contract. But the fact that we need to get him off the wage bill to maybe bring in other players, that's the reason. But listen, at the end of the day, he said he doesn't want to play and he doesn't want to be here. So I suppose you've got to do a deal.
What you don't know, Southside, what's in his contract to leave.
Aye, because players all put details in their contract, innit? Everything's all with this and that, or they have a clause in it, or they have this in there. So we're not ever privy to that. But at the end of the day, he's underachieved here. When I thought we were getting him, I thought he'd be good on the ball and he'd be a breath of fresh air, maybe a player that got you off your seat and all that at Ibrox. But he's flattered to deceive on the early period of time he's been here. And that's just the way I feel anyway.
Aye. Listen, we'll get the phone lines open, gentlemen.
Yep. Get the troops in.
Yeah.
Hopefully get them.
And the first question we're asking tonight, Todd Cantwell, hit or miss? Hit or miss? Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Okay. Southside, CD9.
Yep.
5 goals in August. If he keeps that up for now to the end of the season, that'll be 50 goals this season.
I'll put it this way, he took his 2 chances well on Saturday there. And I thought his first one was good. In fact, he took the touch and then dispatched it with a left foot. He's funny. Listen, we need to supply him. And as much as he's missed a lot, some of them he was supplied to run in and goalies and no produce the goods. And other ones he's been in the box and it's just felt him. And he's had a couple of howlers. But I'd like to think that we'll stay on the front foot throughout this season and put chances in front of him because he always seems to get them. And you see he's 6 foot. First touch is either or. I just think in a game, you wait to see what he's like the first couple of times he gets the ball up to him, how he controls it. That's probably one of the least things that he's good at. He's no good at a lot of certain things, but I think he's getting better. And listen, I'm so happy every time he hits the back of the net because I know he takes the stick and the flak and he takes it. And at the moment, he's hit a wee bit of form. So I'm sure it will continue on Sunday. I'm sure he'll hit the back of the net up there. I don't doubt it. If we get him that chance or two, I will certainly dispatch it. He's a guy in form, isn't
he? Stevie?
My thoughts on the big man. I stuck by him and everybody was against him. And I told you, I've seen the worst of him. He's only going to get better. And I think that's very much the case. He's been excellent since the start of the season. And by the way, on Saturday's link-up play was a lot better. And what I did notice about him as well, when one of his goals, who was it? Tom Lawrence that played the ball through to him. He didn't try and take that extra touch. He had one touch, bang, and I think he's learning. He hit it right away, you know. But I think a big man. Listen, he's been good. I mean, even last season, when you look what he's done in paper, all right. Tell me a forward that doesn't miss. I know he's frustrating. I know he can be frustrating, but there's no complete. Tell me somebody that's complete out there. No, is Mbappe complete? I don't think he is. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm not comparing him with Mbappe. I'm definitely not saying that. But what I'm saying is the Rangers crowd have had their jollies. They've slaughtered the boy. They've absolutely, if it was anybody else, they've actually chased somebody else out the door. That's what they would have done. And that big man's got the Rangers mentality. Is that what you think of me? Does it bother me? I'm going to keep going and keep going. And he wants to be here. He wants to play for the Rangers. That should tell him. So now's the time. Cut the boy a wee bit of slack and let's get behind him. And let's build his confidence so he gets more goals again. I think the big man's got to be great for us this season. I really do.
There you go. Right. Listen, he done something in Saturday, Southside, that we've not really seen. See when he got the ball in the first half and he played the nice pass for Lawrence to run through. You know, that's another potential string he's playing.
He did a pass like that to Matondo a year back or two, wasn't it? A year back when he played him in the European game. He played he done a similar ball right across the park into his path. He obviously got that. Listen, he's got certain attributes. We get frustrated because there's some simple chances. You think you don't like the calmness, or you're no composed enough, and then you see him, he wants to chop, and then he wants to chop again. When you think just hit it, but hopefully this season he's worked on things with Clement. You've seen him had a bit of dialogue. He knows where he's meant to be, obviously, on the park. It's just about holding the ball a bit better at times and making sure that when we need him to hold it in, to get players to support, he's doing that part of his game. And if he can bring that into his game a bit better, then he just has to work on, obviously, finishing. But listen, he will miss some from time to time, but at the moment, he's hitting the back of the rigging is what we want. And I thought, what did he have? He only really had 2 chances on Saturday and he dispatched the 2 of them, didn't he? So that's all we want. Just to make sure that he gets into the positions and hopefully he finishes. And I'm telling you, you know for a fact he's going to bang a goal in up there next on Sunday. It's a set. So we will create chances and I'm sure he will take them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting, you know. And if he could score a winning goal in a big game like that, it's funny how the stories changes, Stevie, isn't it?
Of course it is. Of course it is, and I'd love to have. I seen Big Clement when he was coming off the park, by the way. Big Clement, he was walking by and he grabbed his horn and he pulled him in. He had a good wee word with him. I'd love to have known what he was saying to him. But after he walked away, after that wee talking to for Clement, that main stand gave the big and some evasion, by the way. And rightly so, because we gave him it stinking the European game. Kind of took a lot of frustrations out in the big man, and I think some of it was uncalled for. But the Bears got right behind him and gave him some evasion when he walked away from Big Clement. Listen, the big he's got the mentality, hasn't he? He really has got the mentality, and he's more than capable of grabbing a goal against the puddle jumpers, drinkers.
Aye, that'd be interesting. But I think you're right, Southside. I think he's got to be supplied. You know, obviously, we think back to the Betis goal that he scored when he went in a run, but I don't know if he's that kind of player that's going to do that often. I think he's a guy that's got to be shoved through or the ball put in, yeah?
Well, up to now, he'd sort of scored the type of goals. He'd seen the goal he scored against Hibs at Easter Road when he just side-fitted it into the corner of the goal. I thought that was quite intelligent, actually, that night in that game. I think he might have scored 2 that. Did he score 2 that? Did he score 2 that night? Maybe that
no,
game.
I think he just came off the bench.
Aye, that was a good finish. No, you see what he done against Betis. He chopped in a couple of weeks ago. He cut inside and hit the target. But no, listen, we need to fire balls into the box. And like the one he scored for Cherny away for him. against Kiev. That was I hadn't really seen him score 8 goals, and he got another one within the 6-yard box on Saturday. So we need to be giving him chances like that as well, because at the end of the day, he's the main striker. He's the best striker we've got at the moment, fit and ready, which he has been. So I'm just hope he keeps scoring, mate. I know he's got limitations at times, and sometimes we can get frustrated and say things. He isn't a complete player. I would say we need better than him. But at the moment, he's the best we've got. And as long as he keeps scoring, he's doing us. No hear him and he's selling, no hear him.
You might not be the best player, but if you keep scoring Southside, you become a different player.
Aye, and listen, he's came in for a different country in the league, and sometimes you say let them settle in. Some of them take a bit longer to settle. Listen, he's took to what it means to play for Rangers idea. He's settled in. If anybody would have crumbled, some players would have crumbled a lot more than him. But he kept bouncing back. He kept doing interviews. They asked him multiple questions, and he said to him, I'll score goals. Just be with me and I'll score. I'll show you I'll score goals. And so far, it's a new season for him. It's at the start of the season. And hopefully this year he might score a lot more than he did last year. But hopefully, the way it's gone, the New York's chances are falling to him, and he's putting it in the back of the net. And that's all we hope for. And we just need to keep supplying him.
Stevie?
What else can I say? My wingman's just covered everything, you know. Give him the ball and he'll take one of the chances, put it that way. And everybody knows, look, we need another forward. We need somebody to back him. Danilio's just coming back. I don't think he's right up to speed yet. We need somebody else to help the big man out. And I just think Big Cyril's going to be really, really good for us, mate. We just need to get behind him and give him a chance. We've given him dogs abuse. The Rangers fans have tore him apart and made it easy for the other mob at the other side of the city to laugh and tear him apart as well. Now's the time. Dig your heels in. Give the big man a chance. He can see he's playing for us. By the way, he does some running. I know the people that maybe watch the game in the house and whatever, but he does some running off the ball. I know he runs about. And my frustration is the big man goes to push on in the defence. Nobody's going up with him at times. When they're doing the press, nobody's going up with him. Sometimes you see him looking round going, there is everybody. And I'm telling you, he's going to really be good for us. And I hope, I'm looking to the sky when I say it, I hope the big man gets a couple at the weekend.
Yeah. Well, come and join us. We've had a quick poll on the Cantwell thing, and it's pretty much 92% miss, 8% that. It'd be great to hear people phone in and give their thoughts rather than just hit and miss. You know, did he start well? Do you agree, or did you never take to him? It'd be interesting to hear people's thoughts. So come and join us, 0141 356 1972. Right, okay, Ben Davis away since the last time we spoke. I think that's it. I've spoke to you on the show since quite a while now. You two boys after wage bill alone to Birmingham City. Obviously, they may be trying before they buy or make an offer. Good move all round. I think we need a centre half, Stevie.
Aye. 100%, aye. I see they're talking about some boy for Hoffenheim, some big guy, but I don't know much about him at all. It's one of the ones who has able to go on YouTube, and I just know, but again, it's Rumourville. But Ben Davis, for me, the first game of the season at Tynecastle, he was just bullied, man. He was bullied, and it was woeful. But that was another player for what we paid and what we got. I don't think we get any value for money there. I really don't.
I find it hard to disagree. Southside.
It's an expensive signing, along with Ridvan. He obviously thought that will shore up the left-hand side of my defence. We needed somebody for Hollander, and obviously they thought Ben Davis was going to be the answer. Hasn't worked out, really. He's had a couple of no bad games. He's been called upon in a few games where you might have thought he wouldn't have been picked. But overall, not played enough at all at the club. And if we can get him off the wage bill, if he does well down there, whether he only, even if it's just a loan, some other English team might take him. Maybe that's, and if there's rumours in Scott Wright going there or anything like that, maybe that's how they seen him in a pre-season game and maybe thinks, he might be alright. I think Ben Davies played in that and all, didn't he? Down there. So maybe they've seen something in the two of them and they thought, whatever. But listen, a season's a season. He's off the wage bill or will pay a percentage. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't think his wage bill would be that high that they couldn't afford to take it all. But either or, it's another one off the wage bill, and it'll be a case of his game. He's played for the Rangers and he's away. And you would probably say you can't think of many highlights in his career at Rangers that you could pick out and say, he was good there or that, or he done this or that. Just missed opportunity for him, mate. Again, another player with a missed opportunity.
Aye. I don't know if he ever fitted into the rigours of Scottish football. I think when he came in, we thought, all right, we know where his game fees got. He wasn't a regular with Liverpool again. I don't think he ever played for them, if I'm being honest. But he was left-sided. He played in England. You think, okay, he can do a job for us. And he has at times looked okay, but there's other times, as you rightly pointed out, Stevie, at Tynecastle, he was appalling. And, he's sort of basically much disappeared since. And he's had some decent games, I think he played in Betis away and that, he's done all right, but ultimately the bread and butter stuff, he ain't been great, has he?
No. He kept it, by the way, talk about Betis away. He kept the ball away that night, they get their second goal. So there's that. But anyway, look, as for it is, I just think, look, Ben Davies is just another one of these signings where we just never get value for money. And I don't think the league suits him at all. I think he needs more time in the ball, and you don't get that here. And the Hearts game for me was just getting shoved out the road in the ball took. I was getting bullied. And that's no good enough for me. No way you pull that Rangers jersey on, no way. It's just... That just didn't work for him, and that's the bottom line, Ox. And I know he's on loan for a year, but I hope he's a good year down there and they want to buy him. I really do, and hopefully at least we can get our dough back on him. But I can't see that. I really can't.
Again, but he'll be a decent earner who's not contributing a lot this season, moving into his third season. He started 50 games in total. And if you think of the number of games we play, 25 a season, ain't a lot Southside, is it?
Nah, nowhere near enough, Ox. I thought probably when we went from, they probably thought he'd be a bit of a mainstay of that side of the team, trying to show him up the left-hand side, like I said. But nah, he's not fulfilled enough game time, and he's not been dominant in games at times, and he has looked a bit lost and bullied. But just not played enough games, and it's time for him to go, and that's it. He's gone, so he might be back next year, or if he, as Stevie says, plays well for them or some other team look at him and think they want him for the following year, then it's a win-win for us, isn't it?
Aye. So the people that the contracts that were up, the players that the people wanted at the door, the common ones, Lammers, Cifuentes, Davis, maybe even throw Cantwell into that. I've had nothing but praise for Scott Wright myself, but Wright...
better talk that boy up. I'm astounded that you were sitting in his company, gave you a bit of his time, and you've absolutely still not even given him much appreciation since that day.
He was lucky to be sitting next to me, mate. That's the truth of it, isn't it?
Well, he did shout out, Oxshire, so he must have known you anyway, yeah. But I thought you had a wee...
There was quite a few people in there knew me, yeah.
Aye, unfortunately, aye.
They all had flat hats on, braided on it.
But no, listen, I thought that'd be you thought you'd be talking positive of him at the moment since you had that experience with him.
Aye, it was unique.
Aye, 5 dream teams, they probably thought it's that.
And somebody who was sitting the other side and we couldn't stop laughing at.
Aye, yep. Mm-hmm. But aye. Is he actually gone anywhere? Is there rumours on him? Has he actually been seen anywhere or anything?
Strong rumours about Birmingham, mate, yeah.
Well, he scored against them, didn't he?
was a good goal, by the way.
Listen, he came on, he was one of the positives, wasn't he? So,
oh, aye, he was the only positive.
Aye.
You know, but aye, listen, good move for Scott to go and play football. Yeah, it's no work out for him. I would have signed him. I've said this before. I get the logic of signing. Me and you have talked about it off air, Southside. You said that you could see the logic in a 4-year deal. I think it was too long. But you're saying if it worked out, you're protecting your asset, and that's a fair shout, Stevie, isn't
it? I think these have been nice. For me, no heart, no desire, no fight. The only thing the boy had was pace in my eyes, and he scored a couple of nice goals here or there for us. On the whole, another guy who's picking up a wage for nothing.
Aye, so the people that they wanted at the door, who are, if you like, were draining them a club because they're only playing a lot of games. Copping's getting them out, mate. Yeah, Southside,
Aye, certainly is. I think there's still a few there that we could get rid of, but it will not be like that. There'll be one or two that we'll have to keep, probably, until the next transfer window. Some might get playing time and others might not. But, aye, I mean, everybody shouted. We said we could have cleared out 15, 16 players or more. So you can't build the full house in that period of time. And I did say on here it'd probably take him at least probably 3 transfer windows to get the complete team and squad that he wants. And probably by next summer, if the nucleus of this squad stay and they've done well for us, then it's only a case of adding a few next season in the summer. It shouldn't be so drastic to a window.
Mm-hmm. All right, talking about drastic, I've been joined by old Davy. Evening, David.
I see Stevie already. You know what's coming, don't you? Yes, anyway, good evening, folks. Good evening to the dynamic duo. And just as a matter of interest, folks, when you were talking about getting home at 11 o'clock, it was 11 o'clock in the morning. I got on the wrong train at Mount Florida. I ended up in Carlisle.
It wouldn't surprise me.
No, it's brilliant. It was a great day. I just was wondering if that is a rumour about Cantwell with Birmingham. And somebody, it was on one of the Rangers podcasts that they're talking about 500,000. Is that just rumour?
Rumour, and it's Blackburn Rovers we're hearing, mate, no Birmingham.
Oh, sorry.
Well, yeah, Scott Wright rumoured to Birmingham, but we'll see. We'll keep our eye on it as we speak. Fox is he's sitting studying the ticker tape, and I think he's on to Reuters. He's contacting Reuters every 2 minutes outside.
The man's got the contacts, isn't he? No Fox.
It's Roy Tears. He's contacted all Reuters.
I'm sure we've got our eye on it anyway, so I don't know what will happen, Davey. It's like anything. We'll wait and see. I've got a text in said we're interested in an Albanian, so who knows? They tell me the team he plays for and all that, but I've not got any clue, mate. Just wait till they arrive and Rangers confirm it. That's the best thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stevie.
Is it the name of the Albanian you're wanting?
No. By the way, it's outrageous that you never took a turn watching the Algerian on Saturday. Needs Southside took your turn.
David, did you enjoy the game?
I was two sides of top man. I'll make it up to you all, but I'll make it up for Suicide. I'll take him up and take him to a nice day at my golf club. He's a bit dubious right enough with 7 handicap, but we'll soon sort that out.
Oh, Southside's a top man. Did you say anything about me, Stevie? Did you?
Well, you help the old ages. You know that you do your bit. You abandoned me.
Yes, that's what I was thinking about, Davey. Abandoned you at the end, man.
Aye. I just seen a sign coming up in the station that said Carlisle. But I can never miss that anyway, because it was some queue to get that train. But I got on it anyway. I managed to get home. It was great. It was a marvellous, generous effort he's done for me. He always do that. He's a top dogs.
Aye. And we just, no offence, we wanted to introduce you to Stevie's partner AB, just in case.
That's true. Suicide says you'll get Stevie over there at the pie stall. But it was marvellous. Marvellous.
You know, aye. Listen, on you go, Stevie. On you come.
Well, you're talking about pies here, David. It was very interesting, by the way. There's 2 chip shops up at Mount Florida, and I normally the one next to the Greg's. But my God, the prices are so different across the road next to the car. No, where the old car sales place is. That wee chip in there. I got a smoked sausage supper chip. It was absolutely fantastic. So it was. I've got to give them a shout out, by the way. So all the bells for now on, go to that chip out across up at the car sales bit before you get down the hall to Hampden. Absolutely brilliant, because that other mob bang their prices up. They're at it.
But the 3 of us, there was only him and Dorats outside, isn't there?
I was going to say, Macy's like to get a quick beer in before we get to the gun, but he just thinks about food all the time, doesn't he?
Anyway, we've also been joined by Tam to report. Evening, Tam.
Evening, lads. Evening, Steve. I heard they're making a new pie now with asbestos bases. I don't know actually about it, but I heard they're selling them in Drumchapel.
Well, I'm at 10%. If nothing gets sold in Drumchapel, no less I got. That's the problem.
I phoned in just to ask you if you think along the lines that I'm thinking. Could this be a ploy by Rangers board and management? See on the Todd Cantwell at the price they're selling them at, because it's not working for them at Rangers. But there's other ones there who are trying to hold the club to ransom, and I think this could be a wee ploy by the club. And that, look, we're not willing to take any more of your crap. You're going, whether it be a cut price or whatever, you're going. Either buck up and play for us, or you're out the door.
Yeah. Southside, remember, it is speculation, the fee, but Southside.
Tam, if Field probably come back is undisclosed. That's what's going to happen. No, people will speculate, right? And I don't know where. I've not really seen much today, mate, to be honest. So I'm hearing as I've come on the show and we talk pre-show. If he's better than nothing, if it's not as much as we all think we should have got, but at the end of the day, he doesn't want to be here, mate. They know that. So they're probably getting us whatever in as a fee be. Not as much as I would like to have thought we could have got for him. You never know, it might go up. I don't know what the fee is, to be honest, Tam. But at the end of the day, it doesn't want to be here as much as we'd probably have liked him to have stayed and knuckled down and maybe become the player we thought he was or he could be. But listen, he's gone, mate. If he goes, he goes, and it's best for us in the club that he goes. It's just going to drag into a soap opera, and he's off, and hopefully that Clement will reinvest the money into players that he wants that will play for him.
Stevie?
That's it. We just need to wait and see what the fee is. Are they making an example of Cantwell? I don't know. Maybe they are. Something will know. But I just think the club's saying to themselves, we've got a guy here that doesn't want to play for us. Any sort of money's a bonus. And to get him off the wage bill's obviously a bonus. So I just think you're better getting rid of somebody that, rather than sitting in the stand collecting a big wage, doing nothing. He's better off skiing, plain as simple as that, Tam.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
What we don't know, Tam, is what he's got in his contract.
Aye,
yeah.
Well, when I had you playing so many games and you got to put more money up. Yeah.
Aye, but what I mean is you don't know about the lease terms when we signed him.
Aye.
If he had X amount left in his contract, you've got to let him go for why. All these things are in mad footballers' contracts that we don't know, you know. We can speculate, we can guess. you know, but we don't know, you know. Is it a hit or miss for you, Tam? And I'll ask the same old Davey after you, Tam.
Well, I would say at the start he was a breath of fresh air. It's something we never had. Attacking wise, fear of nothing, just getting involved. Then all of a sudden he's hissy fitting. He's like a wee school Wayne, you know what I mean? He's been scolded and he's going, I'm not playing, smart boss sort of thing. And that's a kind of wrong attitude for to wear a Rangers stamp. You know, that is definitely the wrong attitude. We're looking for people that's great here and showing them, I'm wearing this jersey and I'm proud to wear it. And he lost that with me. And again, with social media, but that, I don't want to swear, but you know what I'm talking about. The conflict with him. He should have done with him, but the rest is they ignore him. Ignore him. The guy's a waste of breath, you know what I mean? And yet he challenged him on social media. And it's just escalated from there. And it made us look bad as a club.
Tam.
Hello.
Look at the young boy, Connor Bannon. Look at the way he's conducted himself. And you can see the way in he's playing. He wants to play for our club and play for that. It's night and day, isn't it? And you look at Cantwell.
Definitely.
You know, look at Cantwell on social media, talking out of school, talking before games. That young boy, in his interviews, you'd think he'd done all that he'd done. He never gets caught out. He always says the right thing. He shows other teams respect and everything else. And he does what a Rangers player should do. And see the way the young boys come in and he's playing. What a catch that young boy's going to be for us going into the future. And just look at the difference between him and Cantwell.
It reminds me of Basia in that respect. The find, the rough diamond we produced. Right, that's wee Barn. You know what I mean? It's not often you get them in a lifetime of a football team. And we've had, 3 up to now. Young boys who would walk through a brick wall to put that jersey on. Right? And you look at the draws that we've put in and paid fortunes for. And took to the cleaners, you know what I mean? Night and day, as he says. You know.
Aye. Davey?
Aye, the boys are right, but I mean, I think when he started, he looked good, and then we changed managers. I think that was the biggest problem. It was just, wasn't working very too, and then he just threw the dummy out the pram, and you can't have that at Rangers. And come on, it's right, if he's going to do that and do what he's told to do, you move him on. And I think if they can get 500,000 from him, grab it, because he got on a free anyway. But I don't know, you're right, it talks about his contract. It's all speculation now. It's all speculation.
You don't know what's in these football contracts, mate. If he's walking away for £3 million wages, mate, there might be clauses in it. Again, I'm speculating, but that's the complicity of some of these contracts in it, Southside.
You just don't know what's in them. Do you know what I mean? So you've just got to wait until you see what's happening. So that's it. At the end of the day, listen, he was good. He had his moments, and he got you off your seat sometimes in that in games. But it is what it is, and unfortunately, he's not fulfilled his potential at Ibrox. And if he goes, he goes. That's just the way I see it.
That's a general consensus, I think. Tam, innit?
Aye. Well, to quote a famous Alex Ferguson, once a player thinks he's bigger than the club, it's time to say cheerio. Simple as that.
It's hard to argue with that, Steve, innit?
Yep, the man's right. And nobody's bigger than the club. Nobody. The only thing bigger than the club is the support. The guys up there putting their hard-earned cash in, week out, singing their hearts out and doing everything. We're the judge. We're the judge and executioner. It's as plain and simple as that. And any player that tries to think they're bigger than the club, it's not going to work for them, trust me. Definitely no.
Mr. Fox is predicting that Najim Barajami will be in within the next day or so. Yeah. It's all over the local papers. No, our papers where he plays at the moment, yeah. So Mr. Fox is predicting Nadim Bajarami, yeah. The forward player, yeah.
So I heard there's a rumour we're going to get a player where he could pronounce his name. That's just a rumour I heard. You know. How are you going to sing that name in a song?
I can't pronounce. He's put it in the corner. That player we're signing Southside. You mind having a go at that pronunciation?
Could we not put it into Wright Junior or something?
Can you pronounce that Southside?
I can pronounce that, aye.
Team Babjarami.
Aye, that's who it is.
You're not too careful, you maybe catch it.
So he could be in. So listen, once he comes in and if he signs, we'll have a look and we'll see what he does and we'll have a look at maybe what he has done. So we'll see where it takes us. But Mr. Fox is predicted he'll be in the building within the next 36 hours. There you go, Southside. A bulging for Mr. Fox.
Aye, exclusive. That's good. Well, we need players in the door, don't we? So the more the merrier. Whether it'll make a difference to get in the team, any player be signed between now and the transfer window shutting, or we'll say Saturday. I don't know whether we'll be straight into the team on Sunday. I think the team that we're going to put out on Sunday will be most of the players that have been playing regular, to be perfectly honest.
Can I ask you boys, I heard a rumour that CD9 is watching a video, a Super Ali video. That one he made was Score Without Thinking. I'm not.
Is this a VHS or is it DVD?
Tom, there's a reason I did a gag zone here.
Aye, not everybody's got a sense of humour. Is that what you're saying?
Listen, what do you make of CD9 this season, mate?
Well, I agree with Stevie. It says that I thought there was a player in here and it was just slowly maturing. And I think it was the people round about him that kind of foiled his progress, if you know what I mean. But now he's establishing himself. He's not fully there yet, don't get me wrong. But the start of the season, aye, the aggression the guy's got, and what I like about him is he's not afraid to travel back and help in defence and midfield and things like that. Like, often you get a striker doing that. Yeah, so I think there's a lot of potential there. If we can slot another player in beside him, I think you'll see an entirely different Dessers.
Right.
Oh, we got a better number 10 in there with him. You'll see a better player.
I'd be interested to see how it pans out for him over the season. But if he keeps scoring goals, Davey, you get away with a lot, don't you?
No, definitely. He's came on leaps and bounds, but I still believe we need to get somebody up there with a good 10. It's got a wee bit. You seen it, a wee glimpse of it in Saturday when he scored the goal. He gave him the ball through. He needs more of that, and hopefully that'll come. But it's going to take time, guys. Everybody's in a rush, and this is not going to happen in a rush. So we'll just need to stick with it till it starts to get more into a gel kind of team.
Right, okay, we're getting near that time in the evening. Which tune are you hoping for the night, Southside?
Well, can I say to you, lads, I've got something today. Something come up, I've got to see you.
No problem, Tom. Always good to hear from you, mate.
Aye, and always remember, we are the people. There's nobody like us. Yeah. Right, good night, lads.
All the best, Tom.
I'll listen to the show, but good night, lads.
Good night, Tom. You keep telling the jokes. Don't listen to them.
I don't listen to him anyway. I think of the wife and I think of Oaks. There you are.
Davey, you know the score. Nobody listens to me.
Hey, good night, lad.
Good night.
Night, Tom.
Sure, it used to be better than Mondays. Mondays wasn't the best, was it?
Oh, I can't remember. Yesterday, never mind Monday, mate.
I'm sure it'll be cheery and that, a wee bit of battle fever.
All right, let's get yourselves in mute. Yes, Stevie.
Just got to say, after Tom's jokes, I think we should bring the toll back on the bridge, on the Erskine Bridge. Oh.
And the Clyde Tunnel.
There's about a toll right out of Bishopton, right into that port.
Well, you're a big fan of Bishopton, mate.
I hope the door just kick it right in.
Cheers, mate. Let's have a tune.
Ever since I recall, I have followed football, and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad, times of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. And I vowed to my dad, if I too have a lad, I will show him the way as he did on that day. So now here I stand with young Lyle by the hand, after walking down Paisley Road West. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. There's a great sense of pride that I feel deep inside when I'm watching the Giles with my father and son. And it's sure safe to say, at the end of the game, win or lose, we will all follow on. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. That beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, did that do you up south side?
Yes, nothing like walking down the Paisley Road West on the way to see the greatest team in the world, or even down the Copeland Road.
Yeah, yes. Stevie?
Oh, that was great. I mean, a time I walked for Govan Hill out to the famous, brilliant.
Stevie, you like that one?
Aye, young Regan Lindsay, good friend, good Blue Rose, brilliant chanter. Yep, great song for the boys over on the south side. South side loves it because it's a PR. Yes, many a good drink out of that place, I'll tell you. Good bars over in that direction.
Yes, certainly is, mate. Certainly is. Just some of the company's a bit funny, you know what I mean?
Well, sometimes when you're an outsider, mate, sometimes you need to be checked out by a few of the boys. You know what it's like.
Right. Obviously, there's a lot of speculation, and every club will be the same at this time of the transfer window. Southside, obviously, I know you look at things maybe deeper sometimes out there. The people that's left the club, are you happy? Or is there any in there that think, no, but so far so good? Or is the director of football, is he getting it right? With the people going out? People coming in, it's too early to judge, isn't it?
Aye, there's people that's come in, aye, it is a bit early, like a couple of early signs of a few of the players that we've got. I think all his signings have been good, the ones that he's brought in so far. But everyone that's left, I've not got an issue with it at all. And I'd like to think if we could shove another couple out the door, 2 or 3, I wouldn't be thinking to that either. But I know we've got to hold a sort of squad, but Clement knows who he wants rid of, and if there's, like I say, there'll be 1 or 2 obviously that's going to stay beyond the transfer window, and if they're part of his plans at the moment and he's giving them game time, then they'll get time on the park. But come January, then they might move on. But at the moment, it's he'll make the decisions, mate. But aye, everybody that's left, I'm happy that I've left.
Stevie? And we'll include the guys that's been speculated as well. We'll throw Cantwell and Wright into the mix at the moment, just for the want of the conversation. Stevie? Oh, my host are begging.
It's on mute.
Davey?
I'm with you, side. It's definitely. I mean, if you only need to get back a couple of weeks, and it was starting to look like we're only going to get anybody. So it's all starting to be jigsaw puzzle starting to get together. Just there's still, even though there's no many days left, I still think there's a lot going to happen. I said that last Friday. I said next week, last Friday, I said next week was, and this week it was going to kick off a bit, and it is. I wouldn't be too surprised if there might be a couple of ones that we didn't expect, but hopefully it happens for the ones that we do expect, and he gets a chance to use the money in whatever sense to get who he wants back in again.
I don't know if using the money. I think what could happen is we could use the wages, and you might get these signings we bring in could be loan deals if you're back with Stevie. And it's we'll be maybe having the try before you buy. And look, I know that sometimes if you get the deal right, it could work for you. Yeah, you know what I mean? But as long as it's awarded in their favour.
Listen, it could be a good thing. It also could be a bad thing, because if he comes up and there's a great season and he's out of this world, then the punters can put their price up, can't they? It could work against you and all. But listen, I'd love to see the backside of Kieran Dowell, Tom Lawrence. Guys like that, I still think are getting a wage for doing what, really? You know, don't get me wrong. Tom Lawrence would be a good squad player to come on as a sub. I just don't think the boys get the stamina. He'll give you a good half, but that's as far as it goes. You're not getting any more out of him in 45 minutes. And for me, there's still a couple there I'd like to see the backside of it. Copen's doing no a bad job, mate. He's the last few days, there's a lot of boys going out that we wanted rid of. And even at the start, I mean, Lammers, we wanted rid of them, you know. And we needed a clear out, and we've got a clear out. You know what I mean? So we can't really, to that end on the outs, we can't really moan, can we?
No. And where do you stand, Southside, in the loans before you buy? You know?
If I'm honest, probably just the way transfers used to be done, Ox. It was just you went for a player because you wanted them, you bought them, and you signed them, to be honest. But you see how football's changed now, with the loan signing, with the option to buy. I think if the option to buy is there, I can probably accept it more. I think when a player comes and he's just on loan, then and they come with clauses and everything that comes in that contract, it might not always be beneficial to your team if they're going through a bad patch. They take time to settle, or when you've seen the antics of Silva and all that, let's be honest, the Silva deserved to play as many games. Maybe if he'd fatter players and that at the time and that, he probably wouldn't have. But in that clause that we signed him in, he probably had to play more than he did. He wasn't playing. So I think if it's an option to buy, I'm quite happy with that. I think it was just that straight loan deal for the 6 months of the year, being the option on the end of it, then you just might not always get the best out of that player. Whereas if he's maybe to buy, I think you should probably have more commitment, because we'll probably buy him should he be good. I suppose if it's the option to buy, then you want him to succeed, so you'll put everything into him and play him and let him adjust into the team, and hopefully have more good games and bad games. So, but I just don't like the 6 or 12 month loan deal and then you just leave. I'm not so keen on that one, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Stevie, if you get the deal right, and you're saying that you agree to transfer, so if he plays well for you, you've got about that transfer rate, yeah? If you get it right, you get the deal right.
Aye, well, it's all down to that, and it's what you lay out before the boy comes. There's that many clauses and sell-ons and everything else. You've got to get the deal right, and let's be honest, Ox, our last regime, if you want to put it managers and everything else, our players walked out the door for next to nothing, and we're still kind of doing the same. But I mean, at that side, I know the players have got too much power, haven't they? I mean, putting stuff in there and their clauses and all the rest of it. If the clubs get any power anymore, can I ask you that? You're a man of wisdom. Has the clubs got power anymore? It's all about the players.
Depends on swung too far. In employment rights, but I think in football the pendulum swung too far. Yeah, once you sign a contract, mate, you've got it and you're entitled to get paid it. So, but I think it's difficult for them. I'm not just talking about our team. I think when I was driving home today, I heard they were talking about Man United, the players they're talking about trying to get rid of, mate, because they're paying, absolute fortunes for guys that are never going to get again. So it's not just our club, it's just Scottish football, And maybe the argument would be that, Davey, that players that are being paid too much money when they're no playing, Davey.
Well, we know that's a position. I mean, we're financially being restrained, at this moment. So this is when you can't pick and choose whether you want this or make a loan deal, and we've just got to go by what's in the kitty. So, and you're dead right about the players. That's up and gone. That's flown the cape a long time ago. And that's the sad thing about it. I mean, when you look at what they're walking away with, and there's, for instance, Hadji. I believe if he gets put one more game, his contract, says he's going to get a pay rise. I don't know if that's just speculation, but that's why he's not getting a game, obviously, isn't it?
Potentially, but he's also not been fit. And we'll maybe come on to Hadji, because Southside, I'm not saying you were a fan of Hadji, but you think he'd something to offer.
He did. You seen it? I mean, we've seen it in Europe, and we've seen it in big games. We've seen it in the 55 season when we were struggling in a game. I think it was against Hibs or St Johnstone at Ibrox, and it was Boxing Day. We win 1-0, and he cuts across the edge of the box and fires it in with his left foot, and we win the game. He had big moments in the Rangers jersey. He says he's no fit. I wouldn't really go with that, because he played in the Euros, and by all accounts, I watched the 3 games, and he had a good touch. He controlled the ball. He was playing on the right. He got brought down for a penalty. So I thought he'd done quite well, but that's all I seen him in the Euros. The same the year before it, when Beale was there, Beale said he's not really fit, and he came in the interview and said, I'm fit. I've done every training session. I've trained every game. I've not missed a session. So, he's because of the name Hadji, and you can think back to what he might have done in a Rangers jersey before, and you're wanting to do that now. Probably for all sides, he's probably as well finding another club and gone, because it's just something else that it's just causing a bit of debate and a bit of divide. His dad's been out defending his boy, obviously. But he wants the best for him. But the best for him probably would be moving on. I think he was a good player. I think he done well in a jersey. I think if we put an arm round him and things change after the transfer window, if he's here, then if the club... No, listen, we need a number 10. You need somebody the same as him. Too fitted, can set up chances, can score goals, and probably with more pace, as I used to keep alluding to. But you don't need to have great pace to be able to be a good football player. You know? So he's intelligent and that, but that's for what we've seen him. And it's moved on a good bit. So probably for everybody it would be best he left. But I thought when he was at his time at Rangers, he did a lot. And that boy cut across in Europe when Hillander scored right on the byline. No many players would have went and chased that and cut it right across. He was intelligent in his big moments in a Rangers jersey.
Stevie?
Right, Hadji's one. We've heard to him there. His dad had a wee... his dad was defending his boy. We get that, right? So the £6,000 extra on his wages per week or whatever it was if he plays another game. See if Hadji's want to stay, how can Hadji and the club they'll sit down, say, right, we're going to terminate your contract. This is your new contract. You want to stay at the club. We're not giving you an extra $6,000, so we're terminating your contract. We're wrapping it up. How can the two of them know if he wants to stay? And he never wanted to leave Rangers. He's never said he wanted to leave Rangers at any time. He's wanting to stay and fight for his place. Why not give him another pot shot and draw something up between the player and the club? If they want to be here and Rangers are want to give him another pot shot and whatever. As Southside says, there was a lot of times in game. I remember the Braga game, he turned that on its head at Ibrox. And he did. It was Hibs, that Boxing Day game. Was struggling and he scored the goal 1-0 and we won the game. So there was games where he did contribute big moments, big games. So for me, I just think the player and the club, if they've got any expectations of the boy, he's doing the right thing. He's playing in the B team. He's keeping his powder dry. He's shown at least he does want to be there. How can they not just sit down, tear his contract up and give him a new contract? Whether it's less money, whether it's just for the sake of not giving him the extra 6,000, a happy medium and sit down with the club that he's wanting to stay and play for. How can they not do that?
Maybe the manager doesn't fancy him playing devil's advocate, Davey.
Well, that's what we were talking about that earlier. But I mean, you can't. I don't know how we're talking about his fitness. I mean, he was playing with a B team where he scored the hat trick. So even though at that level, it's still good going. So he must be at a level where he could get a game for being in the squad. But you just put a nail on the hammer on the nail there when you say that he's not seen that AI come on. But I don't. It's difficult. It's speculation again. It's speculation.
Or maybe the manager would rather have the money to spend on other players outside. I mean, the wage budget.
I get it. I don't think he might be Clement really maybe wants him. But it looks at it. There could be a problem with the contract. Listen, if they could sit down and Stevie says blah 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 there, fine. But I think probably for best everybody, if he can get a club and he moves on and the manager can go in and use the money for somebody else. Might even get two players in the door because we need a number 6, we need a striker, we need a number 10 if we're going to play this system. We need another centre back, and we probably need another right winger, decent winger, or to push Cherny. So, we need other squad players on to come into the team, and probably it's dragged on that long. It's probably best he goes, to be honest. But he has been a decent player for us. That's what I'm trying to say. He is a decent player, and hopefully he'll move on and find a club, and he'll probably do no bad wherever he moves on to.
Aye, give us a phone, 0141356, and use your thoughts on Hadji. Would you keep him, or is it time to shake hands and move on? Be interesting, Dave.
Aye, what kind of wages is he on anyway?
Similar to Southside, I believe.
It's got a pound sign at the front, Davey, but it starts with a 0 and ends in a 0, mate.
Aye.
You'd reckon he was maybe on about 20 odd grand or 20 grand. Maybe you think about that, David. We don't know, but he'd be about that ballpark figure, I would think. He signed an extension after his knee injury. We made him sign an extension. That was probably to protect the asset, innit? You know, he's got 2 years left to run. So
he's still getting less than some of them, isn't he?
He's still one. He'll be up there with the others, but yeah, he'll be up there. And if
it's just like says if you move him on, it'd be the best thing for everybody, I think.
It'll be interesting to see how it pans out and what people think. I mean, it'll be different. And Stevie talked about Cantwell and on. I think Hadji will go with our best wishes. Does that make sense? I don't know why, but he will. Stevie?
Aye, definitely. If he goes with our best wishes, doesn't he? He scored a lot of goals for us and whatever. So, for me, he goes with our best wishes when he does go. At least he's getting into the B team ups. He's doing what players do, get dropped or don't see eye to eye with a manager. At least he's doing the decent thing and playing with the B team. You know what I mean? As old David pointed out, he scored the hat trick there, and he's set other goals up. And he's actually playing all right. But I totally agree with Southside, my wingman. I've got to say, I think it would be better if he just shoot cons and left. I think now's the time. The boat sailed for me. But with everything that's getting said for both sides of the camp, how do they know just sit the boy down, draw something up? If he wants to stay, and Rangers only want to pay him that extra $6,000, how no say, right, well, prove you want to stay. You're not getting that $6,000. We'll terminate your contract. You sign another contract, and you'll see where the monkey sleeps there.
I think it may be time for all parties to move on, free up the wages. And I think if we were paying £20,000 for a French player in Scottish football who's not going to be playing consistently, and we move on and let Clement get his own players in. That's my take on it. I was never Hadji's biggest fan, Southside, yeah.
I was going to say that actually, but you fired it out there.
But if you combined Hadji and Scott Wright together, if you give Hadji Scott Wright's pace,
I get all that, but he's a good player. He's an intelligent player. He's done more. He's done more than Cantwell and Lawrence put together in the Rangers jersey. If anybody out there thinks I'm wrong, come on and tell me I'm wrong and tell me why I'm wrong. He's done more in a Rangers jersey, and he's been out injured and off for a good period of time. He's done far more in big moments and big games in a Rangers jersey, and it's some good displays. Two-footed player. I mean, and he used to get fouled quite a lot in Europe and all about the edge of the box because he can move the ball quickly with his feet, clumsy defenders just barging into him. He's a good player, takes free kicks, scored a peach for the B team, just the other week. But he had his moments, and it was a couple of years ago in the Rangers jersey. That's the thing. We need it now. But probably for everybody, it's probably better that he left. And I think he'll be fondly thought of by some. You know what the Rangers support like; they'll moan about anything. But I think he'll go with better thoughts in my head than Todd Cantwell leaving. There you go.
Right, okay. He played 99 games. He scored 16 goals. Yeah.
Have a good few assists in there and all.
And Cantwell had been involved in 64 games and scored 14 goals. So arguably his stats are better than Hadji's in a shorter period of time.
Aye, but Hadji won medals and won in the 55s here and contributed in that.
They've won one medal each, mate.
Aye, I know, but the most important one's the league one, isn't it?
Aye.
I get it. Listen, but do you think Hadji's a better player than Cantwell for what you've seen in their spells and what you've even seen in them?
Yes, I do think Hadji's a better player than Cantwell.
That's good.
Yeah, I think it's time for the. I think it's time for the two of them. There you go, Stevie, and then Davey.
I love that. The two Robbie Burns men agreeing with each other again. My. Wonders never cease. But anyway, for me, Cantwell, Hadji, same kind of player. It's more about them than it was the Rangers, you know. First and foremost, that's the kind of thing that I get about them. It's all about the Hadji name and Cantwell. It's all about him. It's all about mentality. And I don't know who. I couldn't really say who was the best at the two of them, because listen, if Hadji went away tomorrow, I wouldn't lose any sleep, and it's the exact same with Cantwell. I've got to say, I would put the two of them. I'm going to sit on the fence here, lads. I would say the two of them's just about the same kind of player, contributed more or less the same for me anyway.
Davey.
Well, Stevie, you need to make that three good guys against yourself. No, I believe it's the boys are spot on.
Thank you, brother.
But you got to remember, Robbie Burns was a great poet, and he always was correct in everything he said. So,
Robbie Burns done more.
Robbie Burns' stats were better than ours.
See, the thing is, it's a sad day that on their game, Cantwell when they first came, and Hadji.
Right,
Well, letting the two of them are going out the door, mate. It's because they're two good football players on their day, you know.
When they first came, arguably their best periods for the two of them was the first 6 months, wasn't it? There's a lot of similarities, but the difference between Hadji is that bad injury and his attitude, whereas Cantwell, the petulance and you know, not being a team player, whereas Hadji was always getting moved out to the right and maybe not getting played where he wanted to. I get that, Southside. It's about attitude or perceived attitude, Southside.
I don't think I ever really questioned Hadji's attitude at any time when he was on the park. I thought he tried. I thought he knew he played out of position. I thought he was a team player. I never really. And Todd, when he first came the first 6 months, seemed fine. But you knew he was a wee bit playing off the cuff and sort of running all over the park. And maybe managers Bill allowed it, but Clement wasn't he? And sometimes when you go running away out your position, it leaves huge holes and gaps for the rest of the team. It's just no Clement type of player, or they've had the differences. In the end of the day, Todd wants to go. But I never really questioned Hadji's attitude or anything like that when I seen him in a Rangers jersey, to be honest.
Yeah, right. Listen, we've moved on and we've talked about Hadji. Let's hear from these.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye. This evolution has turned into maybe a revolution, David, with the number of players that's moving potentially. Yeah?
Well, it's only for the better, isn't it? It's got to happen. It's just everybody was just wanting it to happen too early, and it wasn't going to happen too early. Because I think they've got to try and learn from their mistakes. That's a big sort of issue here. And if they go and do the same, it's just going to get worse. So I think you'll find, I still see quite a few wee changes popping up before the window shuts, and I think they'll only be for the better. But as you've all spoke about it, is we still need to get a few more out, but at least there's been some movement, which a lot of people didn't never even seen coming at all. So it is happening, guys.
Aye. Well, it looks as if it's happening. It's no happened till it's happened, Stevie, is it?
No. Can I ask a question, Ox? When's the transfer window shot? Is it Sunday night?
I think it's Friday. I think it's the end of August, mate. I think it's
it's Saturday. I think it's Saturday about 11 o'clock or something. Is it no 12 o'clock? Maybe here, 11 o'clock. It's the 31st. I think you might be able to do a bit now. They said it was up to the 1st, but I don't know. I'd just go with the Saturday.
I think you'll see another 3 players coming in. There you go. 3 or 4.
I was banned for missing with 3, and I don't know if they're going to be loans to buy or whatever, mate, and we'll see. Watch this space, yeah. And if the boy we talked about, the Albanian boy, let me just make sure I get his name right. Let me see. And Nadim is the one that comes in, but we'll see what the deal is, you know, and he's a number 10 attacking midfielder. Actually, obviously replaces Stroke Cantwell in your squad, then you've supported that area, and I think we're going to look desperately with Ben Davis going out. I think they desperately need a centre half in south side there.
Aye, just at least 3 or 4, but they need to be coming whenever they arrive. They need to be coming in to go into the first team straight away, or be good enough to get right in that first team straight away. We don't want too many projects. We want experienced players, somebody like Proper and Czerny, but probably maybe about 24, 25, something like that. But be decent experience about them. So that's what we're looking for. Players that are going to be challenging straight away or getting right into that first team in certain positions.
The Premier League and the EFL and Scottish Premiership summer transfer window shut on Friday, August the 30th at 11 p.m. in England and Scotland. There you go.
Friday.
11 o'clock, aye.
All right.
Could be a late one on the show.
Just extending it to 10 past 11.
Depends what's happening.
I just want Sunday to come, mate. It's all about Sunday, mate.
Aye. Right, just Sunday. We mentioned something last night. Rabbi Matondo, yeah? Arguably his best game in a Rangers jersey. Scored 2 goals, hit the bar, made 2 goals. Yeah, can't argue with Davey, can you?
No, not at all. But I mean, I know I was getting in the neck because I said, well, it's only against Ross County. But I mean, if it's going to give him the confidence, which obviously we hope it will do, bring it on, because he's not been at the races. So if he can, the thing we've got to do about the Sunday game, Ox, is we've got to keep it tight. We can't let that monkey mob in like they've been doing everywhere, just blowing everybody away in 4 or 5 minutes. So this is where we've got to turn up.
Mm-hmm. Aye. Listen, the point of the question I was going to ask about Matondo was, would he be in your team and your pick on Sunday, Stevie?
Oh, no. Aye.
Matondo would be in my team, yes, he would. On his last game, 100%. And not just his last game, he has been not too bad before that. But for me, it's about bottle on Sunday. It's about absolute bottle. It's about grit, determination, and get out there with a mindset. And it's all about bottle. Has Rabbi Matondo got that bottle? We're going to find out on Sunday, aren't we?
Southside.
I think the game he had the week before that he scored the 2 goals, I think he done all right, and I think he was due to get his chance. And then that game against Ross County, he more or less took it. We're getting on the score sheet and being influential in the game and maced it. So going by form probably gave him a lift, got 2 goals. Then he deserves probably to get his chance unless Clement sees something more tactically he wants to do, but I don't see it. I think Matondo hurts Alistair Johnston with pace, no problem. I think it's about us getting balls in certain areas for him, and he'll certainly go by him, and he'll just take him out. You know what he's like, he'll foul and foul till he gets booked. So we need to be on the front foot as much as possible, and the only concern I've got is when they've maybe got the ball and he starts to bomb forward, he's going to have to track back. You'll need to make sure that he's tracking back. Can't he be letting somebody run away from him and burst down the park in case he's influential and gets the ball? So that part of his game has to improve. But going forward, I've got no problem at all. If we get the bottom of Tondo, it will certainly cause some problems, without question, down that flank.
Would you have played them on Saturday morning? Next Sunday, Southside.
Aye, I would have. Well, you talk about just. I would have played him. I thought he deserved his place last week, coming in against Ross County because of his game against St Johnstone. No, he done enough in that game. I thought to merit another shot, and he's upped it. So he would deserve to start again. Do you know? I think so. If that's the way we're going with two wingers.
If you score 2 goals, set up 2, and you hit the bar, mate, you're arguably up there for fighting with Dessers for man of the match, in my opinion. And a lot of people might have gave it to Rabbi. You deserve to start the next game. If you don't, well, you question what you have to do. Yeah, again, when you, unless it's tactical, Davey, as you said, you want to change your tactics.
Well, it could come down to that, Ox. I can't really comment on St Johnstone. I never seen it. I got my times mixed up in Spain, so I never really seen that game.
Yes, I did hear the story about the guy who left after the game had finished, Southside, yeah.
Aye. Shocking behaviour. He had his cloak set properly, you know what it's like.
I know. But I was stayed to the death there on Saturday. I couldn't get back. Oh, Southside wouldn't let me out. I'm only kidding. No, it's a matter of choice. I can't. Southside just nailed it. You know, but what way we've got to turn up. He's got to track back, but they've all got to do that. Not just him. They've all got to do that. Can I just ask you, has there been any updates on the injuries regarding, like, Balogun and the other big fella?
Well, we've not heard anything about the centre halves, mate. We know that Cortez and Raskin have started training, mate. That's what we've picked up. How far down the line there, I don't know. The 2 centre halves, nothing, mate. But I'm sure we might find out. He seems to always be very honest in his press conferences, Stevie, doesn't he?
He tells you. Aye. But I don't think the big boy proper. I don't think there's much wrong with him. What was it? A muscle or something, Paul? What's big proper out for? It was just a strain or something, wasn't it?
Well, it looked like that when he went half, aye. But he said he'd be fit for this week. He wasn't risking him last week, Stevie.
He did say it was precautionary, didn't he?
I'm sure he said it was nothing to worry about. And who was it with the wrist? It was Big Sterling. Mind, there were rumours that he was going to put for weeks. But he's obviously, that was just hot talk, I know. But no, listen, it doesn't matter who we play. They've got to get there with a mentality. They've got to get there with, a wee bit of iron. And you're talking about backtracking. This is where we've got to do the dirty side of the game. All the running off the ball, the tackling, the watching your man. See, look, see the wee bug-eyed fella, wee McGregor. See if they mark him out the game, they're done. They're done. That's it. Everything goes through them. They're done. Honestly, we put McGregor, if we just do the right thing tactically and mark him or flood the midfield and don't let him move, squeeze the life out of that wee guy, they're done. That's how I see it. But we have got to go there with mentality as in we're the Glasgow Rangers. We're here to do use, man. Have a bit of swagger. They've got to get there with a bit of guile, fight and determination. And do the dirty side of the game. They've got to fight for everything. They've got to use their head and not get caught up in things. And tactically, Big Clement's got to get it right and give the players every bit of information.
If you think about it, if your team turns out to be Buckland, Tavernier, Suter, Proper, Jeffrey, let's say Barron, Stirling and Diamondi, hypothetically, with Matondo, Cherney and Dessers up front, that team has changed dramatically, Southside, in some of the games we've been in the last few years, hasn't it?
Aye. We've got more pace in the team. For a start, Tierney's a great passer of the ball. You can see his vision, you know. He's probably a bit a lot fitter and stronger now as well, but he showed really good vision and passing area. I thought him and Tav have been doing all right. Should Tav be picked? I thought the two have done no bad. I think Tierney's got pace to burn. Matondo's got pace to burn. And here, Jeffy's no shy about putting a tackle in, is he? You know, he seems as if he's willing to put the fit in there. So, no, listen, Propers should be the proper defender that we've been looking for. I don't have got any fear about him grinning playing. So, no, we've got nothing to fear here. They're not as good as everybody makes out. They get to control games, and we've allowed it in certain games, and there's games when we've actually been well in the game and controlled the midfield in games and just had the unlucky to defeat Wayne Raskin and Diamondi. Regardless, he free in that midfield in that cup final, but Butland's spilled one and they get the victory, and that's what counts. So it's not how you play, but I'd like to think we got here. We'll have the right attitude, and I think we'll get chances against them, no bother. But if the chances them in the past, no problem about getting them. So, no, we just need to go, create, be positive. Don't do anything stupid, because we've given away silly goals. So don't do that and just get stuck right into them.
Yeah, stuck right into them. I like the sound of that. Stevie?
Right, go on yourself. Get right into them, Rangers. Come on, Teddy's. Do them, man.
Yes, but we have to play with the head and the heart, Davey, because I think sometimes it's the head that's let us down because of some of the stupid errors we've made. Yeah?
Aye, yeah, you're spot on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying about keeping the door shut for a good bit. But no no sit back too much. But we've got to get right into our kipper, get right on their case. He's talking about Stevie was talking about the wee McGregor guy, you know. But he's a danger. But they've got a few other dangers, you know. But McGregor seems to be one that makes them tick a wee bit. And in the last couple of games, we've just sat half them a wee bit, and we can't do that on Sunday. We've got to get in there and give them a good thump. You know, and everybody else has got to. And I think Tierney, if Tav's playing, Tierney's got to do a bit of backtracking because they've got a few flying guys out in that side. So that would be a worry for me.
So if we, Davey.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, Suicide.
Their team picks itself anyway, Hawks. You know what their team's going to be. You know, they've lost their early. They'll just put Bernard in there. That's what they'll do. And they'll play the other two, and they'll play their usual back four. And they'll end up just playing Maida on the left. Forrest will play on the right, and they'll play Furuhashi through the middle. That'll be their starting 11. I guarantee it. That'll be theirs. They'll put Kuhn on the bench, probably, and him for Norwich will be on the bench. No, that'll be their team. That's what we're going to face. No, that's it.
Do you think there's no many players running away from Jeffy, is there? You know, whether he's this danger or timing, but there ain't many running away from him Southside, is there?
No, he'll know. Whoever they play on there, I don't think he will. But we'll see who the ref is and that. We'll see how he wants to control the game.
Beating's the ref.
Hell, he's experienced, right? If he lets a couple of tackles go in the game, there are no certain yellow cards. If it's one each or something like that, but if he books early, then we'll see how he's got to go with that during the game because there'll be tackles again. And I would think we'll pick up 2 or 3 of it. You see Barron, see how many tackles he puts in, and see how long it takes him to maybe book him. It happened with Ryan Jack when he went into a Rangers jersey. But I'd like to think that you need to keep your head on the day and just need to get in about them. That's what we've got today. No fear no foe, mate.
Aye.
Don't get hampered up.
What was that, Stevie? Sorry, missed it.
Southside keeps getting me hypered up. We fear no foe. Oh, man. Come on.
Got a good feeling about this one, mate. Got a right good feeling about this one.
I'll tell you, mate. I'm keeping that bottle of tequila rose you're giving me, right? And see if we win, I'm taxi right through that tunnel, man. We're tanning that together. You get the rolls of chopped pork right enough.
We'll have a buffet. We'll have a buffet. I'll set a buffet up.
For done for the field dream team, can I come?
I suppose you're welcome.
We're on the dream teams, mate. Oh, it take you a couple of days to get there, by the way.
She'll be here.
Yeah. Is Mrs. Stevie liking the dream teams?
The Myra Huntley?
Aye.
Aye, she'll drink then. Iron brew, Wonderline and lighter fuel that woman would drink.
Oh dear.
Oh, dearie.
Does he listen so
I was going to say that. You'll hear a clunk in a minute.
I'm safe in the studio, lad. I'm safe in the studio.
Happy, I've got to go to sleep tonight.
You'll be getting one of the Ellen Road specials, mate.
Aye.
What's that?
Oh, she's an evil outside. I caught her putting a cat flap in her granny's budgie cage, no? Oh, what a woman.
Oh dear. Oh dear, aye. I'm still saying that I'm with you, mate. I just when I've looked at it and I've thought back, and I think the last season, I think the amount of times we actually shot myself in the foot. You know, I know games happen in moments and that, but without sometimes any real pressure. You know, we make mistakes. I mean, yeah, I know Butland was at fault for that goal, but geez, with a couple of minutes to go, the ball was played up to Scott Wright, and he miscontrolled it. We nabbed near him, and that was where the whole move came from. You know.
Aye.
And, you know. And,
well, we've had it. Aye, we've had it when Ben Davis does something crazy right on the goal line. Hangman headers it back into play and costs us a goal and all that, and Suter makes a pass and all that, and we're well in that game and all that. And there's moments, it's about moments in the game. Listen, that mob will be thinking they're going up there to wipe the Flairbays, right, because their record's been pretty good, right? That's fine, they can believe it, but it doesn't always keep going that way. And we've had plenty of moments in games when we could have changed the game straight away. And you can think back in the last, even Desser's running through up there and didn't get the shot off. And he sticks that in the net. Goals change games. We're up against it because I think we should have had the support in there and all. The agreement was made, and it doesn't matter whether we're going to have it ready or no. That wasn't the agreement. The agreement was when we play that first game, we get 5%. And that makes a difference, 3,000 of us in there supporting the team. It's because if and when we go one up, then it's just going to be silence, isn't it? You know, and then it'll have about 3,000 fans behind you up there. You certainly hear us. But that's the only thing that annoys me about that, because I think Rangers should have handled it better and flung it back into the SFA's court and that and said, here, it doesn't matter. We've applied for the planning permission. It would have been done and ready. So I just thought we should have made sure that we had the 3,000 in there.
Call me a cynic, Southside. Do you think there's another team possibly were they ready?
There's a possibility of that. You're not going to know, are you, whether they're going to be ready or not. But we should have been in there regardless of what they say. And I'm not going back to we done this and that. I'm not interested. There was an agreement made and they didn't fulfil it. And that was the first obligation for them today. So it didn't matter whether we might be ready or where we're playing. We're back. We're going to be back at Ibrox and everybody knows it. We've applied for a planning permission and 3,000 bears would have been in there, would have made a huge difference on Sunday.
Davey?
It's just right spot on. It's ridiculous. But I mean, it is what it is. We just need to get there and get them a doing. As I said earlier, Monday, I think it was, I'll take it. I don't know. Anything else is just a bonus ball. But see, regarding the way they're allocating this, is this based on that we've not got any facilitating for them to go to Ibrox? And they can't facilitate the Bears at the Piggery?
Allegedly, they said that we couldn't guarantee we could that we had the facilities for them. Allegedly, yeah. I don't want to talk about them, but Southside, right? There was a deal made and it should have been stuck to, yeah. But I think, yeah, it's a bigger game than for them. Well, they want to do it, so the pressure's off, and if we get a result, they'll start screaming for tickets in New Year. We know how they work, Stevie.
Yep. They know how to play the victim. And the word propaganda, nobody knows it better than that lot, just let me tell you. And I'm not even want to talk about them because I couldn't possibly even say the thing that I even think about that mob. But Southside's right. They had an agreement, didn't matter who done what when, they had an agreement there, the fans, and they've just pulled the plug on it because they want to make sure they get us 3 points in the bag. It's all about that. You know, it's just the usual carry on, stooping as low as a snake's belly to get 3 points. That's what it is. And the Southside, guys like Southside, myself, we go everywhere, home, domestically, and Southside goes everywhere. I feel for Southside because they're the guys that go to Europe, spend the big money. They should be in the pigsty. They need to wear 2 pair of pants, but ask yourself why. But anyway, when the day get back in. But anyway, for me, I hope the Rangers go out and listen, they've got nothing to fear. Southside just tell you the lineup, how they're going to set up. Come on, Rangers, man. Just get out there and do the business, man. And then it means at Ibrox you're going to have a full set of your support, and we'll do them again at Ibrox. Just get out there and do the business, man. Come on, the sons of William.
Southside, you were born not to wind him up. You were told.
Listen, it's Wednesday. Come on. It's Wednesday. It's getting there.
Tuesday. A medical next Tuesday.
I know, but wait till come with Friday night. I'm talking to him during the week. It's a build up of the game, innit? It's them. It's us against them. That's what it is. No, and it's the game that we want to beat them. So we've got nothing to fear. We've got to put a bit of pace in our team. We're playing no bad. We've played no bad in spells. We've got a striker that's scoring goals. It's going up there and creating the chances. Aye, some players might find it a wee bit over order for a bit of the game or something, or feel a bit nervous because they'll come out and it's going to be 100 miles an hour stuff. But once they settle in and we can get into that game and set about them, then we'll test them. No, they've got more experience in their squad than we've got, probably maybe starting, but who cares? You know, just get that. I'm sure Clement will give him a good team talk. Get Alex Ray in there. You've got a lot of players, and you've got Tav that's there a long time. He should know, it knows what it's about, and knows the score. So just get out, and if Jeffy plays well, Proper plays well, and the rest of them play well, we need 11 to turn up on the day. I say it all the time. You need 11 players to turn up on the day, and hopefully we'll get 11 on the day to turn up. And if that happens, we win.
Yeah, I agree with
that. Yeah. Are you getting excited, Davey? I know you're not meant to at your age, but are you getting excited?
I'm not like that. I do and I don't. I mean, if you want to know the truth, sometimes I can't watch it. I've got to switch it off. That just gets to me. But that's just old age telling. I think we've got to remember, but no matter how this pans out, guys, there's a lot of football to be played. A lot of football. So this is everybody's on about, if we lose this and we don't do this, it's the end of it. They want a lot of crap. It's nothing. We've still got stacks of games to come out there at that mob. And that's the way I look at it. It's no the be and end all of them if it doesn't go right on Sunday.
No. Listen, people will be obviously the league table doesn't lie. You know, it will be. You'll know me behind the 8 ball, but you'll be the edge yet. That's the trouble. Yeah, but you're right. There's a lot of games to be played, and then 2 of them should be Ibrox. You know, and we need to start winning games, and hopefully we're a team that's going to improve. And Southside, you've pretty much nailed it. They're going to be the same 11 again, pretty much weaker as we sit at the moment, aren't they?
Well, they're going to take out, or Riley's already out their team for a start, and whether they got the money or not, he's been a decent player for them, they all say. So to me, that's an advantage for us. Bernardo going in his place, it's probably a foregone conclusion. This is just what I think. And I think the guy at Norwich, I think he goes on the bench. I don't think we'll start him. So, aye. And if he does start, he starts. I might be wrong with their team, but that's the team I think they'll start with. And aye, they've got one or two players, if you allow them, that can maybe cause us problems. But it's about us stoning up and getting in about them. And I think our midfield now, whatever midfield he picks, we'll have enough in there to try. And we will create chances. That's the thing. We will create them, and if we can limit them to them not having many chances against us, that will win us a game. So no, I just think something good's going to happen on Sunday, and I just get that feeling. I've had it since just the last couple of days, and I've just thought about it, and I think, nah, this is our time, mate. This is definitely our time on Sunday.
Oh, Stevie boy.
Yep. Keep talking. Go on yourself, Southside. Keep talking, man. It's music to the ears.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, you'll not believe it. We've reached that time in the evening. Yeah?
No chance.
Aye. We have, mate. We have. You know. It's went quite quick considering all Davey was on Southside, didn't
it? Davey's a top man.
Yes, yes. He wanted to meet me under the clock, he said, and I was standing in Central Station. He was standing in Butchie's old corner.
There you are. Anyway, I know I'm next, dinner.
Right, David. Last word for your good self.
Okay, it's always a highlight of getting on and speaking with you guys. It's the best show in town. That'll never change. If anything, it gets better every time. So it's been a pleasure speaking to you, and it was a pleasure to be with you at the weekend. And you all take care, and God bless the Rangers, and stay safe, guys. Good night.
All right, David boy.
Night, David boy.
See you later, Aldrin.
Thank you.
Right, last word for your good self, Big Stevie.
I can't believe where the time's went. I haven't even go bathrooms a shout out yet.
Well, you've just done it now, haven't you?
Yes, for all your toilet needs. Yes. Anyway, listen, brilliant. Great to hear my wingman being so positive about the game on Sunday. Great to hear everything he's saying. He's riling his old pal up here. The blood's pumping now. And the only thing I can say is, fear nothing. Get in there and remember what you have got behind you. Come on now, Rangers. Let's do it. Thanks, Ox.
Cheers, big man. Southside.
Aye, no, it has flew in tonight. So it has. It's been a quick 2 hours, so enjoyed it as always. Good to hear old Davey on and my big mucker Stevie, as always, and your good self. So aye, just countdown's on to Sunday, mate. It's time we go up there and get a result and rattle a few of their cages up there, because nobody's getting us unearthly. Even some of the Rangers support out there, I think they're maybe a bit fearful, but nothing to fear when we go to play them. And I think this Sunday's our time, mate. So, as usual, there's only one team, one crown, and thanks for having us.
Davey Vogt in the call with somebody's contacted for go bathrooms. Salesman stuff fucking brilliant. Listen, thanks to Tam for the report for coming on, and of course, our mate, and he is your mate, old Davey. What a man, what a character, what a gentleman. Thanks to Southside and Stevie for doing the show. Always different, always funny, always educational when Southside and Stevie are on. Might not be the education you want, but it's educational. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the show. Thanks to everybody for listening. We're now starting to crank up to Sunday. Remember, we are the people. Take it away, Old School Blue.